Welcome back, Galactic Survivalists! Let's continue the building of this base. Why is it so dark? Must be dark outside. It's gotta be the reason. Oh, and I can push Elder on my light. Yeah, that usually helps. It's strange. Usually you cannot build this. I'm wondering because I'm building up a mountain. Might be why. Structural integrity is not being affected. But usually you can go up like 10 blocks and then you start losing structural integrity. Glitchy game, look at that. That's what it looks like outside. I finally built a drill. So, this is way quicker than going around trying to destroy things. Survival tool. Well, holy crap. I finally made it to the top of the mountain. I believe it took over 30 blocks high to get that high. And no structural integrity loss, which is nice, but interesting. There we go. There's our X on top of the mountain. I think that for strategic reasons, I'm going to build out from here to get me outside the mountain. I don't want to build straight up and put a door on top because it'd just be too easy to access. But if I go out at an angle in both directions or one direction, then that probably makes my base just a little bit more secure. There is a lot you can do on Empyrean. What you can do is right click, and then right now I want to use, we have all these. You got all the shapes, and there's page of all the different shapes you can make, and it breaks it down into basic shapes, cubes and ramps, round shapes and pipes, corners and connections, thin walls and corridor walls. I'm gonna go ahead and build some pillars. Connect them into the mountain. Okay, so now we can take a look at structural integrity. The more green it is, the more structurally sound it is. As you can see, as I'm building my pillars down to the mountain, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. However, put my last pillar down that goes into the base of the mountain, it makes it solid blue color, or solid green color. And its structural integrity is maxed out. Alright, well my base is down there, but you have a huge range when you connect using the N key. So now I'm building turrets high up on the mountain to take out drones that might want to attack me. And that down there is, I guess, a landing plant if I wanted another way into my base. And the deconstruction process for my HV has started. I just need a little another one. I'm going to make it be able to mine also. And I'm going to be able to actually work with weight restrictions in place. A lot of destroying. But it's almost all gone. So, neat little trick. Since I'm building so high up the mountain, you have a limited range with the wireless connector. And I kept on falling out of range. So what I did is I created a second wireless router much higher up in my base. And now I have a lot more range. Alright, let me show you what I've done. It seems to be that 4 turrets seems to be enough to hold off most drone attacks. Of course, usually I don't play on such a difficult setting, but I do have 4 different turrets. Each turret usually has 2 forms. You can have a form that retracts, and then you can have a form that just is flat. The retractor form obviously has more hit points. So we got our four turrets on top, 2 miniguns, and 2 cannon turrets. And then this 5th one over here is a rocket turret. However, I can't make rockets right now, so yeah, go me. Down here, I've got a landing pad, maybe an emergency escape route if my base ever came under attack and I couldn't escape. And I hurt myself. Go me. This takes you down to the elevator shaft. The elevator shaft kind of runs here. And up over here I have a little chamber. I haven't done much with it yet. It's just I put an extra wireless router so I can have more range, and it's where my ammo is currently being stored. Obviously I have to go all the way down this thing with cement blocks so that it won't be blocked off. It'll be easy to get up. And I'll probably create a couple of various chambers at different levels of this thing. This thing is, I think, 27 tiles high. Really, really high elevator shaft. We'll get down here. And down here I began to do a little bit of work on the basis of my base. You know, I made cement blocks. I made it look like granite, which I think is kind of cool. And I got a small constructor, food, all the basics. And then I got my arrow pointing me which way to the exit. Don't quite know what I'm going to do with this, so it'll be all leveled out, of course. I have a giant door that I can bring vehicles in and out of inside my base. This is nice and flat, so I'll be used for CV parking. Oh, I'm leaving my range, which is fine. Everything I had in my alternate toolbar is now back inside my main cargo area inside my base. And over here was where the CV or the HV used to be, but I completely destroyed it. I was not happy with it. It was not balanced at all. So I'm gonna build a newer, better one. I'm still gonna try to make it light as far as resource costs go, and hopefully it'll work out a little better and work well with weight restrictions in place. Recon 1 is great if there's no weight restrictions in place, but once there is, it doesn't perform at all. So much faster with the drill. I can cut through this like crazy. Check my weight. Don't want to run out of weight space. You know what? Let me go ahead and connect to here, our base, so that we can handle all the weight. Yeah, by doing this, all the extra stone and gathering should go to that controller. It's working. Yep, definitely working. Well, looks like I can just start going up. So up we go. Well, to make something airtight, you have to have walls completely surrounding it. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and take one of these I pull a chamber off my elevator a couple blocks down, and I'm going to turn it into a airtight, probably med bay. I'm going to put down some medical devices because this is going to be my medical room. Where are they? Medical devices are right there. Alright. Medical device 1 is just going to be a medic station. You can change directions of things, push insert, and also home also changes things. There we go. I want to look at that. So the first aid station doesn't really do much for you. It just pretty much heals you. However, medic station 1 covers indigestion, food poisoning, poisonous bite, intoxication, fever attack, organ failure, and dermal parasite. Medical station device 2, there's 5 different ones, and that one covers open wound, frostbite, dermal burn, necrosis, infected wound, and sepsis. Medical station 3 covers broken leg, closed fracture, open fracture, and mutilation. Yeah, looks good. That there. And last but not least, we have Medical Station Type 4, and that covers dermal parasite, endoparasite, alien parasite, radiation poisoning, fever attack, radiation burn, and radiation sickness. There we go. And put it right there. Now I can cover anything related to sickness. Well, that's kind of cool. I went and was able to salvage some travel furnishings. And if you right click in it, it gives you the ability to build all sorts of the unique Talon things, all their unique furniture. Furniture deco is always interesting. You make all sorts of cool things with it. So let's go ahead and create one of each and see what kind of furnitures we can make with it. Kind of messing with the floor in my medical area. One cool thing is you actually can turn some things consoles. We can take this medic kit and we can hit it with our paint gun and it will turn it white. which is kind of cool. No, it doesn't work on everything, but it does work on some things. Alright, so I made one of each decal. As you can see, the thing that's like a bed can make different beds and different tables and whatnot. Wardrobes. This gives you things just like in different types of antennas and just kind of fancy, unique stuff you can use to decorate your base. This one is the tech deco, and that gives you stuff like lab tables and different boxes and tables and whatnot. 8 is antenna, and that just gives you a bunch of different antennas. They don't work, but eventually they will as they continue to make games. And then 9, this one is consoles. That gives you stuff like just different console stuff, computers, that sort of thing, holographic screens. You can access all that by right-clicking. When you have something selected, it'll give you all the different things it can make. Pretty crazy how much a little bit of paint work can do. This whole thing used to just be bland and look like that, but take 15 minutes or so, paint stuff, that makes everything just look a lot better. Well, some of these things you can build with furniture decos will allow you to actually store stuff inside. So, this seems to be a good stopping point. I have painted one room. I don't usually take the time to paint things, but since I'm doing videos on Empyrean, I thought it'd be cool to show you all the different things you actually can do when you're playing Empyrean as far as paint and stuff. And this is just scratching the surface. There's so much more that can be done. Didn't do a whole lot really. Just got our new compartment. Looks like I need to bury my landing pad a little better because now my base is showing from the outside. I added an O2 tank and a fuel tank for more power because I'm going to need it pretty soon here. Painted this room. That's my medical room. Not too shabby. Still have a whole lot of work to do. All the way down the elevator shaft we go. Should make sure you go faster. But I also got over here and created another tunnel. Took me a while. I ended up digging too deep, but I finally decided to go sideways down this way. That is a very long tunnel. It's okay though. Out of range, I will add another wires adapter farther right here so I can make sure I can have connection throughout my entire base. And then I started going up. Heart's beating like crazy. All this sprinting around. And I'm going to eventually put another door over here. So I can connect everything. If I can go that far out, I will add another bay door here if I'm able to. And I'll have a way to bring my vehicles in and go down the tunnel. Thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you like my videos. Hit that subscribe button and click on the bell on top if you want to be notified when I release a new episode. Comments are always welcome. And questions. Until next time, keep surviving.